trying to figure out what college we was going to. Everybody's going to different colleges, and I said, okay. So I went and got in his band, and it was okay, you know.
His band was already called the Gap Band?
It wasn't a Gap Band at that time, but it was like it. We ended up calling it that, the Greenwood, Archer, and Pine Street Band.
I wanted to know. I was going to ask you what's the cultural significance of the group name, the Gap Band. I was going to ask you what does that mean.
Greenwood, Archer, and Pine Street Band.
This is all neighborhoods.
It was Greenwood was where Black Wall Street was. All rich black people, multi-millionaires, had their own bus companies, had their own grocery stores, had their own black-owned banks.
That's right.
Everything there. And then
the white man came and blew it all up.
Burned it up. Cause this black dude and this white chick was having sex, going with each other, but that was really hush in the 20s. And they was in the same building. They come down the elevator together and open up on that ground floor, and all them white people was there. So she come out screaming.
He raped me.
Well, he just come out screaming, so they just grabbed him and dragged him. So, cause they like, you ain't supposed to be in no elevator with no white woman. It just ain't supposed to be like that. So they couldn't say that they had been doing anything. So they just beat him, and then they started burning things.
Well, you were around then, right?
Huh?
Were you in Tulsa at that time?
No, that was in the 20s.
Okay, damn, I'm bugging.
Yeah. My grandmother and them and knew about that. Told me that story, and they burnt out everything, and then they started. The police was knocking on doors, and if black people answer the door, they shoot them, kill them. Yeah.
Yep.
So they're trying to wipe out all of North Tulsa, and
that's such an important story that I feel like still hasn't been told the right way. I think people need to see that. They kind of flirted with it in that the HBO show The Watchmen. But it's like, people need to see that because black people have built these great communities, but they've been snatched away from us.
Absolutely. Well, the white community was really mad at this black community because they had everything, didn't need anything. They didn't have to come out of that community for nothing. Buses, cabs, and they was mad because the black people wouldn't go and work for them anymore. Because they had it all.
Is that story told in Tulsa a lot? Because I always wondered, what was taught to kids growing up in Tulsa?
Well, you know
to teach them the importance of having their own.
Basically, it was not supposed to be talked about at all. So the blacks that lived long said, don't ever bring that up, ever.
Really?
Oh yeah, because if the white police officers, if you said, tell me what happened, and if they started talking about what happened, then they just kill them.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what was happening.
Boy, but they know how to stop black progress, boy.
They did. And then they rebuild and then they burn them out again. So they never say that again. But
so when he was told about it, it was in hush whispers almost.
Yeah, they were saying it, but you can't ever talk about this, because but it was one white dude that was still living and one black lady still living. And it was one of my daughter's great grandmother, and she called. They used to ask her about it. She's like, baby, don't you ever repeat this. He said, Grandma, how you still living? She said, because I never said anything because my mother said, don't ever, ever talk about this.
Damn.
Yeah. And so she was one of the ones that was living, and it was one white dude that was living, and he kind of didn't tell the story right. And they said, he didn't say it right. But we all know what happened. And so she said, the reason why I'm living because I never told them. And they tried to do interviews with her, take pictures, asked her about it. She's like, no, I don't have anything to say. That just followed her all the way. She was 106 years old when she died. And she died 7 years ago.
Wow.
Dang. In here, and I'm not gonna keep for too long. And I know I got my family over here waiting and stuff like that for me to be done because this is just really on my heart, man. But I will say that at the end of the day, that authenticity is critical, and it's costly, and it's necessary. I really think that when you talk about this battle, this really is a spiritual battle. This battle against white supremacy is a spiritual battle. It is not for people that don't know who they are. It's not for people who ain't willing to pay a big price. It's not for people who are going to get confused, or it's not for people with low self-esteem. It's not for people who are going to go run up under a white man just because he got money. Because remember, when Harvey Weinstein was out here, you got 1,000 black celebrities that were kissing Weinstein's ass, and a whole bunch of them knew that Harvey Weinstein was messed up, man. I mean, Dame Dash told me about Weinstein's crazy ass years before all that happened. You know, like that was why he went off on Weinstein when everybody thought he was crazy for going off on him. You know, so my thing is, you know, it's okay. I guess that's what it's going to be, right? Most of the world is not built for this fight. Most black folks are white supremacists. Most black folks just, you know, we buckle and fold to where the money's at, to where we think
hold on. You think most black folks are white supremacists, or do you think most black people that are prominent are white supremacists?
No, I think most black people, we think about this. White supremacy means you think that white people are superior to you. That when we go spend money, are we more likely to spend our money with a black business or a white business? Many of us are more likely to give our money to white folks because we think they got superior education. Well, hold on, let me finish. Now, I would like to hear your point. Education. Do most of us send our kids to be educated by black people, or do we send our kids to be educated by white people? Right? Media. Do most of us try to consume black media, or do we consume more white media than black media? Right? When it comes to going to college, you got black people that can educate you, but we going in debt in by the billions to white universities. So I believe that we think that white people are better than us. I think as a community, not all of us individually, so as a community, if you look at our actions, where we put our money, where we put our energy, where we put our support, we tend to support what white folks got going on before we support anything black. So that makes us white supremacists. What do you think?
See, this is why I don't really like you sometimes, because you make too much damn sense. You see what I'm saying? You make too much damn sense, Boyce. You know, but you're on the money, man. Damn, I mean, you are on the money, bro. You're on the money. I can't argue that.
Well, you know, I'll tell you, man. I'll say this, and I want everybody to just definitely hear this. You know, I got a lot of respect for you, man. You know, and I think that it's in terms of the things that bother me most. And this is the reason, you know, the reason why this whole thing, like, I don't like to see a black man have to get on his knees for nothing. And I think one of the things I respect about you is I think they'd have to kill you before they got you to bow down, you know, and I think that's what we need. And I know there's a lot of brothers like that in here. There's a lot of black women as well in here that are ready for the fight. And so I'm gonna say this, man, I think this ain't over. I think they won the battle, and they're probably gonna go and act like they won. You know, you saw Michelle Obama and Oprah up on stage. Michelle Obama ain't said nothing about none of this, right? Don't care nothing about what's going on with black men. Oprah sitting up on stage, they all getting money, they all happy, but they're gonna pay a price. It's gonna come back to them, you know. And so, like when Snoop said, "We're gonna come get you," I say the same thing. Oh, we gonna come get you. Just we ain't gonna come get you physically. We ain't gonna come. I ain't trying to condone no violence and none of that. But we're gonna come get you when the election comes. When the Democratic Party can't get black people to come out and vote, they're gonna say, "What have you done for me?" When it comes time for us to support whatever you got going on, I think black folks, I think this is a wake-up call for a lot of black people that they could get away with something like this and have the arrogance to think that they don't even have to fucking address you. Like the arrogance for them to think they don't even have to fucking say your name or acknowledge what Gayle King did to the image of the black man. You gonna pay a price. Until you do right by black people, nothing good will come to you. I'll let you get the last word, man, please.
Yeah. Already didn't call Dwayne Wade, Gabrielle Union, like, y'all want to come talk? You want your son to come talk and things of that nature. And then these platforms be so big, they already got a whole bunch. Look, I can't wait I'm surprised Oprah ain't hit him up yet. Oh, look, Oprah probably was first in line. I'm probably late. He probably about to go into his email and see Oprah message for 3 days ago. He probably late. Oprah probably already on it. Oprah shiesty as hell. Oprah don't want to interview nobody like me. You know what I'm saying? Oprah don't want to interview the conscious community, anybody in the conscious community or the subconscious community. Oprah don't want to do that. But soon something like be looked at that we got to justify because she done went through so many experiences dealing and shaking so many hands to justify her desires. She in that space where she can understand. Keyword, understand. And those weak ass Aquarius energies, she already super unique and all that shit in her mind, but it's directed into the wrong area. So her uniqueness is just looking at some weird shit. So yeah, she want to put up some weird shit about black people and shit like that. Yeah, best believe she gonna be interviewing real soon. Best believe they already talked on the phone, all that shit. Nah, we gonna, cause look, these platforms got a lot of position, aka a lot of people that's indoctrinated. Like people who scared to leave the norm. Like once you start talking about too much religion, you start to talk about too much education shit, like that's not for that space for those groups of people. And those groups of people is like the more percentage level of the world. And these are the people that's in the audience of Oprah shows and shit like that. So for the most part, even though that they got their own ideas when they at home behind closed doors, when they step outside, they feel more comfortable being robots. And if you're the type of person that don't feel more comfortable, like for an example, say you go on Oprah or something like that and you say something that makes sense. Everybody in the crowd probably can feel you. They'll probably feel you. But just being in that energetic presence and those frequency vibrations that was manifested to build that circumstance and that situation, and for everybody there to be involved, they'll look at you negative for even expressing those kind of thought forms and feelings and emotions in that time. So before we can even get to the root of the matter, we got to argue what kind of person you is by just even expressing that kind of feelings and thoughts at a time like that or at a place like that. And that's letting you know that's demonic restraint. We ain't letting these demons get away with that shit no more. Fuck that shit. Now, if I got something to do with it, I'm coming. When I come to New York, I'm coming. Thank you so much for the donation, T Melody. I'm telling you, I'm coming. I'm not with none of that esoteric behind the scenes. Motherfucker, if you don't sell your soul to this much magnitude level, then you're not going to be able to receive this much light back level type shit. I ain't with none of that shit. I see all that shit. And I'm not gonna let no motherfucker blind me with their indoctrinations, illusions, and religions and concepts and positions in their world and what it took for them to get in that position. I'm not gonna let them utilize all that logic and rationality to blind me. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, and you just doing what you doing. Motherfucker, I ain't with all that weak ass motherfucker shit. I ain't with that shit. And I'm changing the motherfucking world. The same way with y'all, even with musicians, all you weak ass musicians out there like that. I'm tired of y'all stressing yourselves out just to put up something that's 3 minutes, and 3 minutes is supposed to be something like it's a world changing or something like that. If you ain't got nothing else to offer but 3 minutes of worth of nonsense, kick rocks. God damn it. If I can't feel you and then like your music, and you're in a situation where you just thinking, why people don't like my music, but we don't even like you? You know what I'm saying? Get your monkey ass the fuck out of here. You ain't got nothing to offer. You just leading people to the blind because your ass need a job. And once that job starts slowing up, we ain't gonna do nothing but get on the internet and see you doing some extreme shit on DJ Academic's page anyway. You know what I'm saying? And right there is an example as, motherfucker, you ain't deserve to be in that position because now you're utilizing making music. Look, I'm about to change this shit in general. If you using music to support your motherfucking family in any kind of way, get the fuck out of here. God damn it. Music's supposed to be something from the fucking heart. I don't make a dime off my motherfucking music. And I got more songs than every fucking body. I don't go in no goddamn my studio or whatever or think and got on my mind, oh, this is how I'm taking care of it. Music is just music.